So these are going to be big, risks, precautions that you need to take, and benefits of expanding globally. I was working on an investment report, and one of the big risk factors was their recent expansion to China and the Chinese territory, which, without much research, I can presume is pretty rough because China, wants some dominance, so laws, rules, everything can be different. It sort of gets a bad rap, whether that's true or not, whether it's just a dictator. I don't even, I think China has an emperor. That was like on a how money works. That was like a how money works video. Why does China still have an emperor? So I'm pretty sure they have an emperor. Well, so these risks. These are not everything you should worry about, of course, but these are pretty big ones. So, one big one is, especially in China, is that will patents hold I'm gonna say hold true, hold useful U.S. patents holding in China, or patents in any other country, will they hold? Which sometimes they do. I can't name cases of either, but I presume when big companies like Boeing and Tesla sort of immigrated into China, that along with their governmental deals, they were given, sort of a patent copy and paste. That's pretty good analogy. But building new factories, the company I was researching is massive fabs, massive factories for operations, big machinery. So you're looking at millions and millions and millions of dollars for multiple factories, for multiple production facilities. But if it's sort of a small office, I don't see the need to expand globally if you are only going to hold a small office. I feel like it's more for workers, or just there's probably some other reason to be in China. Also, I'd like to point out that I don't think this company did this because of a low labor cost. I'm pretty sure they have a lot. No, they definitely do have a lot of factories and places of production all around the world. Germany, other parts of Pacific Asia, whatever it's called, Asia Pacific. Or it's like, that's not North Asia. But, but you get the point, right? So, another thing is, first and third world countries have big differences. If we're going to try to produce mass product in Africa, we got to be in a great part of Africa to be able to do that. But if we're going to produce, some stuff in first world countries like America, it's not going to be too hard. We have, flowing water, flowing pretty much clean water. Sometimes we got a few things. I was in Atlantic City. Water got infested with like the sewage, so sometimes you can't drink the water, but it's kind of fine. And what if the electricity goes out? What if you're in China and you're this big company dealing with massive, just technology, and the power goes out? Well, what are you gonna do? Of course, they presume this risk before entering the country. And another thing is local product quality. Are they going to be able to get the right machines, the right machinery, and the right raw materials to be able to create their high quality product? Seeing differences in product quality based on location of creation is not a good thing for retaining customers. And I didn't even know how good retaining customers were. It's actually, the benefits are insane. Only for a little bit of boost in, customer service and things like this. And foreign currency exchange issues. There might be a way to bypass this if the factory were to just ship the orders and all the purchasing was made through, the US, like a US portal. That wouldn't be a problem because you wouldn't have to worry about the price of the Japanese or no, the Chinese shit. I'll say yen. I think it's the Japanese yen, or it's the Chinese yen. Could be like Chinese dollar or some shit like that. The US dollar, the Chinese, whatever the fuck they have now. That could fluctuate in price, could fluctuate in the amount of money that they can make, which turns sort of this company into an investment firm where they gotta make proper timing to optimize. Because we're moving billions of dollars. If you time it right, it could be 11 billion instead of 10 billion, That's a 10%. So like 10.25 billion. Benefits. You've got a vast new market, especially with China. A bunch of people, a bunch of companies. But specifically to the company I'm researching, Asia is competitive in production facilities and in production of products. Asia is a monster, They go crazy. Bunch of the competitors are based out of here, there, Japan, China, I don't know, wherever else. The Philippines. But you're exposed to a lot of new market, exposed to a lot of new competitors, but not necessarily. I feel like the competitors were always there. But people don't usually choose brands that are located far, far away. When I was looking at the competitors of said company, it was like AU Optronics or something like that, who made like TVs or something, versus Samsung. I'm not researching Samsung. Samsung's kind of bummy, but this AU Optronics, I've never heard of it before, but it's got massive market share. So I wouldn't go buy that. I'd go buy a Samsung TV, LG TV, whatever they have. But again, just repeating the point of massive new exposure, new opportunity for new people, new leadership, new. You kind of get it. More money, more production facilities equal more money. Necessary precautions, adapting to culture. Really, what this means is, I don't know. It really varies, but you can't really defy a culture in order to produce products, I want to say. You're going to get bad reputation, bad income, might even go negative on that investment of the plant and the property and the plant and the equipment. Local competition, I gotta stop saying bro. The filler word go crazy. Local competition, already kind of covered this, but it could be sort of a problem. Whether competition is, a slow delivery driver. I don't really want to call that competition, but that could be a factor. That, if we can deliver faster in the U.S., 2 times faster, then, China might not even be worth it. I don't know if that made any sense, but whatever. Local laws. How low can you pay these people? That's a little messed up, but how low can you pay the locals to do work? And in China specifically, it's definitely lower. I can't give numbers, but a lot of stuff is produced in China, of course. Some resources, like if the product of the quality of raw material in the area is not good, of course the final product produced by the company it's not going to be good either, because you have this terrible material that you have to work with, and it's just a massive factor that you should take into account when running new operations. And exportation and importation of your product can be a problem. Whether I don't think you'd run into customs. I feel like, of course, everything has to be checked if it's flying somewhere else, but it just costs money to fly. Let's say most of your customer base is based in the U.S. Well, the cost of labor and the factor of the cost of labor might not be worth paying your shipping cost, paying the shipping cost. Even though the product I have in my mind for the company I'm researching is a pretty high level product. It's small and pretty expensive. That might be worth it, but for other companies producing larger things, of course, it's not worth it. In communication, this is really just one I just threw in there. You could have problems speaking to the base, wherever you originate. I forget what it's called. The headquarters. It's just something to think about. And that's all I got for risks, rewards, and precautions. And damn, I see how I'm understanding how YouTubers don't like to post. I'm not a YouTuber. I'm just doing this shit but broaden. I don't want to make this. I know it's really boring. Nobody's watching this. Nobody cares. But it took me 2 weeks. I threw this together in 5 seconds because I already know all the information because I've been working on the report. So